Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Today we will start with the second part of networking concepts. We'll start with types of networks. Depending on the geographical area covered by a network, there are various types of computer networks used worldwide. They are here. First one is Personal Area Network. PAN is a computer network that covers a small area of about 10 meters. It is used for communication among devices like laptops, mobile phones, PDAs, or smartphones. Personal area networks can either be wired or wireless. As you can see in the photographs, you can use these networks to transfer files including emails, calendar appointments, digital photos, and music. The second type of network is local area network. It is used in a very small area. In LAN, two or more computers or peripheral devices are connected within a small area like a room or an office building. In LAN, computer terminals are physically connected with wires. The data transmission speed is very slow as compared to other networks. Since LAN is operated in a small area, it can be controlled and administered by a single person only. The third one is cluster area network. It is also known as campus area network. We'll study here. It is a network comprising of a series of small LANs, that is local area network, over a small geographical area like a college campus. Suppose in a school campus only, we connect the college campus and school campus together with the network. So that will be called as cluster area network. This network covers an area smaller than MAN, which we are going to study now. Metropolitan area network, that is MAN. MAN is a larger network than LAN. It spreads across the whole city. Since it covers an area of few hundred kilometers in a city, it is called metropolitan. That is why the name has been given to it. The most common example here is cable television, branches of local bank in a city, etc. I think you must have understood now with the examples. The next one is wide area network. You can see here 3 or 4 small LANs are attached. Let's study about this. This kind of network connects 2 or more computers located at distant places. Distant means a little bit far away places. They are linked by communication facilities like telecommunication or satellite signals. Most common example is telecom system. Usage of WAN is limited to very large organizations and government agencies. Main characteristic of WAN is that it requires a public telecommunication media to transfer data. Best examples are internet and intranet, ATM facility, national and multinational bank services. Now let us study about networking devices. Networking devices are the hardware devices used to connect computers or other electronic devices together in order to share files or resources like printers or fax machines. You can see the photographs of networking devices here. We'll be learning them one by one. These devices work at different segments of computer network, performing different tasks. The first one is modem. I think you must have heard about this. A modem enables you to connect your computer to the available internet connection over the existing telephone lines. It converts the digital signals of computer into analog signals to enable the transmission via phone lines. At the destination, the receiving modem further converts the analog signal into digital so that the data can be understood at the receiving end. So you must have seen when you connect to the internet, sender and receiver both should have modems for internet connectivity. Now modems are available in two categories, internal modem and external modem. Internal modem comes as a separate part that is installed on the PCI, that is Peripheral Component Interconnect. Means the slot where you put your pen drive now, the same, that is known as Peripheral Component Interconnect. It is the place where you interconnect the peripheral device, so it is known as PCI. Slots available on the motherboard. An external modem is connected externally to a computer. Next networking device is a hub. You must have seen this in the last online video tutorial I gave you. There was a hub connected between the computers. A hub is a networking device that is used to connect multiple computers and computing devices directly to the network by using cables. Each connection is called a port. The connections are established using a fiber optic cable, which we have studied earlier. When the hub receives the data at one of its ports, it distributes the data to the other ports in the network. Typically, a hub sends all the data it receives to all the connected ports. So here you can see data is getting transferred. The next one is switch. Switch contains many ports to connect different network segments. They are similar to hubs but offer greater performance. When a network contains a large number of devices, switches are needed instead of hubs to maintain the speed of the communication. Unlike hub, a switch is aware of the address assigned to each of its ports and sends the incoming data it receives only to the intended port. So now you can see the difference. Hub is sending the data to all the ports, but switch knows which address it has to send the data, and it will only send to that port only. Coming over to the next, repeater. Repeater is a communication device used to regenerate the signal. How will it do that? It receives the electronic signal, cleans it, and retransmits them. Signals tend to distort when transmitted over long distances. Repeaters are needed so that the signals can travel longer distances with the same strength or even at a higher power. The next one is a router. You must have heard about this. It is made by the word R-O-U-T-E, route. So the work here the router has is to give a route to the communication. A router is a communication device that is used to connect two different networks like LANs or LAN and WAN. It plays a role of controlling the traffic and keeping the network efficient. It chooses the best route for the data packets to be transmitted at the receiver ends. How will it do that? It will control the traffic. It will see in which lane there is traffic, in which lane there is no traffic. It will only send the data through the easiest path where there is no congestion, no traffic, and easily the messages can be sent. The next is gateway. Gateway is a network point that acts as an entrance to another network using different protocols, thereby giving us freedom and convenience to enjoy online activities. It allows us to carry out various online activities like email, browsing web pages. It is a shared connection between the LAN and a larger system, that is WAN. It basically works as a messenger agent that takes the data from one system, interprets it means takes out the meaning, and transfers it to another system. It is also called packet converter. Packet means just a packet of data being sent or a message being sent. Now the next is bridge. It is used to interconnect two LANs working on the same protocol and provide communication between them. It also prevents unnecessary traffic entering the network and reduces congestion. Congestion means many people are together in the traffic, so there is a huge crowd. That crowding is known as congestion. Next is the next topic, networking terminology. All the terms related to networking we'll be studying here. Internet. Internet is a global wide area network. You already know that it connects the computer systems across the world, provides a variety of information and communication facilities. consist of interconnected networks which communicate via standardized communication protocols. Next is intranet. You must know the difference between these. Private information of any organization cannot be accessed by an outside person, no? So it is protected by a firewall. Example, the employees of an airlines are interlinked with each other through the intranet so that they can access and modify the booking and flight data, but the same information cannot be accessed by an outsider. So they are using internet only, but the only reason they are they are blocking the outsiders, and they are connecting and making an inside network in their booking system, or you can say airline system, so no one else from outside can enter. Such network is known as intranet. Next is bandwidth. Bandwidth is the amount of data that can be transferred in a fixed amount of time. It is usually expressed in bits per second, bytes per second. You speak no bps, kbps, and always you see in your mobiles there are bars showing you the speed. You also say no speed nahi aa rahi hai internet ki. All this is related to the bandwidth. Only then you can send the amount of data. Jitni zyada bandwidth hogi, the maximum amount of data you can send. Internet Service Provider, ISP. These are the organizations that provide internet connection to the users. You all are using that, Airtel, BSNL, Jio and all. So website. Website is a collection of related pages containing images, videos, other digital media. It is identified by a same domain name, which is the address of the website. Pages are written in a programming language called hypertext markup language. A website is hosted on a server on the World Wide Web. Each site is owned and managed by an individual company or an organization. Next is web portal. Conventionally, a portal means a gateway or an entrance, but when we talk about www, a portal can be defined as a gateway to a wide range of internet services like email, search engines, e-commerce, etc. A web portal is also a website, but with huge offerings. Unlike a website, it does not contain information on any topic. Rather, it suggests web pages to the user to find the desired information. Nowadays, you use all these web portals like Yahoo, MSN. So these search engines have become web portals to give you information from various sources. Let's come to the next one. Web page. Web page is written in HTML, as we already talked, stored on a web server. It is a digital page containing text, hyperlink, videos, etc. Each web page is identified by a unique address. Like you all have your own unique home address. The same way, the web page also has a unique web address called Uniform Resource Locator, URL, as you can see here, www.google.com. No other address can be given to google.com. Next is home page. It is the first page of a website, contains the main information about a website along with the links to other parts of the website. Next is link. You all know what is the meaning of a link. In data communication, a link is a line or a channel that connects two devices. Data is transmitted between the connected devices through this channel. Hyperlink. Hyperlink is an image, audio, video or graphics or text that connects one web page to another web page or to another section with the same web page. You must be clicking on these, no? When you click on a link on a web page, it takes you to another page. Next is hypertext. Hypertext or hypermedia. Hypertext is a text with special feature of linking to other documents or web pages. It can be easily identified on a web page as it appears with an underline of blue color, you must have noticed. Hypermedia. It is a hypertext that includes text, graphics, sound or video. Uniform Resource Locator. We'll talk about this in detail now. It denotes the unique. Unique means only assigned to one person. Unique address of a web page or a website. It opens a web page. Its URL is entered in the address bar of a web browser. You can see the example, http www.wikipedia.com. So you can see this in the address bar when you access the internet. Next is IP address. IP address is the same like you have your home address, the same way. IP address consists of a unique set of numbers which is provided to each computer by IETF. All the computers working in the network have this IP address. Without this, they cannot connect or they cannot work on the computer network. It is a 32-bit numeric address containing a set of 4 numbers which varies from 0 to 255 and is separated by dots, or you can call them periods. It can also be used to access the web page instead of typing the domain name. Instead of typing www.google.com, you can type the IP address if you know, and you can get the same page. Now the next is domain naming system. Very easy and very important also. Domain name is the unique name given to each website. Domain names are easier to remember. You cannot remember so many numbers. No, IP address is made of numbers. You cannot remember so many numbers. So instead of that, you assign names to them. Domain name for Google search engine is google.com, and for Wikipedia also you know that. Domain name system is a system in which domain names are translated into internet protocol addresses. So DNS, what it does, it translates the names into this IP address and then you can access them. Since the internet works only with IP addresses, it serves as a directory for the web by locating and addressing devices in a worldwide network. Domain naming system. One is the name of a domain and the other is the web extension. You can see here the name of the domain comes before the dot symbol and the extension comes after it. The web extension tells the kind of organization and the country it belongs to. You can see the last part, .com, .gov, .edu. .edu is an education site, and if you have .in means that it is an Indian site. .in you must have seen on various websites. Now children, we are over with networking terminology. We'll be studying protocols for the next time. Till then, goodbye. I'll be giving you a worksheet. Please complete that. Thank you.